Stone, of course, is a tug of war between Robert De Niro's Jack Mabry and Ed Norton's Stone Creason. This is the first production by a new production team that basically came out of music. David Mimran and George Sure. It strikes me as a picture that is designed really around the kinds of questions of people's spiritual voyages. This is a Christian parable. It is set in the current moment. The characters are all acted on by current conditions, and it is a film about spiritual transformation. And it plays in some ways like a play. You can certainly see it as a play. There's not very much about this that is involved in action or movement or exteriors, yet it goes to some very hard kinds of topics. What is the meaning of belief and faith? What is the role of the penal system? The penal system, I like this film in fact because it frames our own sorts of discomfort about what we think the penal system is supposed to do. Is it rehabilitation and redemption, and that when people commit awful crimes, we always must keep in mind the idea of redemption, that they can in fact rehabilitate themselves and become returned to society. But it also is a film that talks about spiritual transformation. And these are two characters who are traveling different arcs in along that question. When we meet Ed Norton's Stone, he is one of the least likely characters for spiritual redemption that you'll probably ever meet this year. Norton found the character doing research for him by spending time in prison, etc. Like De Niro, he's a character actor who does meticulous preparation. And when he decided that he would begin his character as a white guy with cornrows, they didn't tell De Niro this, so that reaction shot you see when he comes in for the first time is De Niro for the first time seeing Norton show up on set with those cornrows. Lucetta, played here by Milla Jovovich, who seems to always get roles that are pretty sexy, edgy roles. You know, she's Russian-born model, and she has no problem essaying here as she does elsewhere. What she offers is something of a cross between Eve's apple and that Easter egg, which is the symbol of resurrection. When Eve is victorious is when she whispers into the phone to Jack in the language of intimacy, something that in fact Jack really has never had. It's a sort of a crossing of four different destinies based on their own spiritual growth. And I would say that they probably cross paths at exactly that point when Jack beds Lucetta, the temptress, and Jack's own descent into temptation, and Stone wallows in the blood and the horror of a murdered prisoner. At that point, you really have the characters traveling their own arcs and crossing over. In fact, by the end of the film, they have inverted their spiritual certainties. Jack is lost, Stone is found. And the people that start off with some kind of certainty end up with less certainty, and the people that start off in a hole, well, really the only character who starts off in a hole who ends up on a firmer footing is Stone. We've reached the witching hour. I thank you all for your participation in Talk Cinema.
I do.
And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Be well.